Hi everybody, my name is Katie at KatieMFitness and today I'm lifting weights. So for this workout today, I will mostly be using dumbbells to perform the exercises. However, I may throw in a stability ball for some inner thigh later on. If you don't have a stability ball, I think a ball of any size should be okay. So for this workout, I'm going to try to keep it at 45 minutes total. So about 5 minutes of warm up, 30 minutes of lifting weight, and then 10 to 15 minutes of cool down and stretch. I will try to provide modifications all throughout to make it harder or easier to make the intensity higher or lower for all fitness levels throughout. All right, let's go ahead and start with a warm up here. Let's start with 2 steps to either side and some shoulder rolls. All right, take this down and back. We're going to hold it here. Step touch. Let's pull. Pull those arms. All right, we're going to keep the legs going just like they are, but we're going to change the arms. We're going to reach up and pull down. Four, three, two, and one. Inhale up and exhale forward and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, exhale forward, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale up, exhale forward, 3, 2, 1. Bring that up to your thighs. Slide your feet out just a little wider. And inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest out. Shoulders are back and down. Tailbone out. On your exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Let's do this again. And roll it all the way up. And we're going to twist. Reach with that arm. We're going to speed it up after this one with some jumping jacks. Get ready. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks here. Now here's your modification. You can hop that. I'm sorry, not hop. Bounce that for a modification. Now if you want to make this harder, if you're already kind of warm at this point and you want to make this harder, you can power jack. 8 more. 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to kick and punch. Now you can add in a hop here. You can also go heel tap. You could add in a squat. And then kick and punch on the way up. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Jump rope here. Bounce on the balls of your feet. Or come all the way up for that hop. Now you can take this to high knees or butt kickers. You can also just march in place here. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do some front lunges here. We're going to reach the arms up and down. So reach down toward that knee or toward the calf, and then back overhead. Now, with any of these squats and lunges that we do, keeping that bend in the knee shallow is going to lower the intensity. It's going to make it a little easier on the joints. Keep that going. If you need to, march in place. You can jump those lunges, make it harder. Let's do 2 more. Here's 1 and 2. All right, march in place here or grapevine, shuffle. Just keep those feet moving. All right, we're going to squat here. So feet are out at least hip width, maybe a little wider. We're going to reach down and up, down and up. Now you can jump that. You can bring it on the toes. So remember the modification. If you're not able to come into a deep squat, just come as low as what you're comfortable with. Two more. Last one. All right, march here. Inhale up and exhale. Again and exhale. All right, so that is it for the warm up. Go ahead and grab a drink if you need a drink before we get started with the weightlifting. Actually, let's just start with 1. We're only going to use 1 for the time being. All right, so I'm going to put that in my left hand, and I'm going to have my right leg forward. So we're going to come into a squat and then a lat pull. A lunge. So into a lunge and a lat pull. That's going to be our first exercise. We're going to switch sides. Well, we're going to stay all on one side and then we'll switch sides. So we're not alternating. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. So down for that lunge, up for a pull. All right, so we're sort of in a hinging forward. So you want to think about lengthening that spine all the way out through the crown of your head. Don't let those shoulders creep up. Pull them down and back away from the ears. Belly button is pulled in toward the spine. Exhale as you pull. Press through that foot as you're coming up. Push down through your foot. Most of your weight's in your heel. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's grab that other weight. All right, so feet are out wide, about shoulder width. We're going to bring these weights to the front. We're going to hinge forward here from the hips, pulling the abs in, lengthening through the spine, shoulders back and down, and we're going to pull. Lat pulls here. Exhale as you pull. 3 more. 2 and 1. We're going to hold it here, let it halfway down and up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up for 2, 1. All the way down, halfway up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up for 6, 5. If you start to get tired here, alternate. 4, 3, 2, squeeze that together. 1. All right, set that down. All right, so we're going to go back to weight is in the left hand, right leg forward, and then we'll get the other side after this set. Here we go. Now if your arm starts to get tired, just hold it down. Go all lower body. Exhale as you pull. Belly button pulled in. Shoulders are pulled away from the ears. Lengthen out through your spine. Stretch and lengthen that spine. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Set that down. We're going to pick that other weight up again in just a minute for all lat pulls this round. Three, 2, 1, and pull. All right, all the way up, halfway down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up for 2, 1. All the way down, halfway up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Awesome job there. All right, so now we're going to get the other side, lunge, and a lat pull. 2 rounds. In between those sets, we'll do some shoulder press. Actually, maybe we'll do a squat and shoulder press. So if you need a lighter set of, or heavier set of weights to do that, go ahead, grab those now. All right, so I did left hand, right leg forward. So this time it's my right arm, and I can feel it. My forearm's burning. Left leg forward. All right, here we go. Take it down and pull. That's halfway. Four, 3, 2, 1. All right. Set that down. So next, Actually, instead of squat, let's do, well, it's still squat, but we'll do inner thigh squat, shoulder press. I'm just going to use one of these rather than grabbing two weights. I'm going to go here. All right. One more big breath. Now, you can use two weights. Like I said, I'm going to stick with one. So, feet are out, shoulder width, toes are turned out. Here we go. Down and press that up. Down and up. Exhale up. There's 3. That's halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I think for the next round, I'm going to go to dumbbells for the next one. All right, grab a quick drink. And we're going to return to the lunge and lat pull. Three, 2, 1. Down and up, pull. Shoulders away from the ears. Really squeeze, pull those shoulder blades together. Four. Abs are engaged. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so that is our last set of those for that side. We're going to go back to the shoulder press and plie squat. Get those weights ready. Feet are out shoulder width. Toes are turned out. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Take it down and up. So palms can face in or out. Three, 2, 1. All right. That is it for those. All right, so we will use a ball. It was kind of iffy in the beginning, but we will use a ball. So grab a ball. I have a smaller one over here. It's very small. It's lost some air, but I think a ball of any size should be okay. I just show that one as as an option. All right, so we're going to get inner thigh. So we're going to come down on the mat. Put that ball between your feet, ankles. You can have your hands slightly under your hips here if you need to. Pull that belly button in. Squeeze the ball. And we're going to lower down and up. Lily bird, squeeze that ball all the way down, all the way up. Lily bird. Press that belly button in toward the mat. Two more. Squeeze that ball and hold that at the top. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Push that belly button in toward the mat. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Great job. Take those knees side to side if you need to. All right. Bring that up. Set that ball to the side. We'll come right back to that. So we're going to do push-ups. All right, now, if you can't do push-ups on your toes, push-ups on the knees, if you can't get to the floor to do push-ups, then push-ups on the wall here. All right, now, I apologize. I didn't give a modification for the exercise that we just did. So if you are using a smaller ball, you can always stand and do inner thigh. You can squeeze, release, or you can just squeeze. Now, if that gets boring, you can come up on the toes. Whoops. You can rock, or you can just come all on the toes. You can add in squats. All right, so those are options. So when we come back for the second round, if you're not able to make it to the floor, that's your modification with the ball. Now, to make that harder, you could use ankle weights or a weighted medicine ball, something like that. All right, so push-ups. All right, get ready. Actually, I think I'm going to go this way. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down and up. I'm going to move my microphone here. Now, if you're starting on your toes and you get tired, drop to the knees, but try not to stop. That's over halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Back to the inner thigh. I'm going to come down to the mat. Remember that standing modification. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Two more. And hold that at the top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Awesome. All right, grab a drink if you need a drink. So we're a little over halfway through. And we're going to plank next. Oh, I'm sorry, we've got push-ups. We've got that other set of push-ups. And then after that, we're going to plank. All right. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. 13, 12, 11, 4, 3. Last one. All right. So, next up we have plank. And again, if you're not able to make it to the floor, then do some high knees here. If you've got a sturdy piece of furniture, you can always lean against your furniture. You can do knees in. You can squeeze. All right. And while we're down on the mat, I'll give harder version. You could throw a weight, a light weight in with that. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to start here in plank. We're going to hold. Now, if you're able to make it to the floor, you can always bring it to the knees. You don't have to put your knees all the way down, but you can put them down lightly. You can always take breaks in between with the knees down. Now, you could also do a bird dog here. All right, now to make this harder, you can lift a foot. You can lift an arm holding on to that weight. In fact, you could do opposite arm, opposite leg. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, set that down. So if you were doing limbs or weight, we're going to do this again. You can get the other side this time. All right, get ready. Last round here for the plank. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to hold. You can take turns lifting limbs. Hold for 5, 10 seconds apiece. Ten, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that down. All right. Great job there. All right, grab a drink. All right, so next up we're going to do a lunge. We're going to alternate lunges. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. Alternate lunges with biceps curls, shoulder press. So you can take this forward if you want to, or you can take this back, but we're going to alternate sides here. 3, 2, 1. So bring it forward, bring it in. I'm sorry. bring it forward, bring it in, shoulder press. So you can add the knee with that shoulder press if you want to. Now, if your balance is off today, you can always come on the toe, or to make it harder, you can extend that leg out. All right, so forward, back, shoulder press. And again, you can do a back lunge instead of that front lunge. That's just slightly less challenging on your balance. Here's 6. Two more. Last one. All right. We're going to pick up one weight here. We're not going to use it just yet. All right. Grab that weight. So we're going to come into a squat. We're going to lower that weight to the side, back up, other side. So kind of like a figure 8 here or a modified wood chop. And moving with the squat. 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to go back to that alternating lunge with biceps and shoulders. So one more set for each of those, then we'll finish with some abs. So remember, if you want to make this easier, you want to go lighter in the weight, less bend in the knee, or no weights at all. Balls are options if you have balls. All right, grab those weights. Back to that lunge. I'm going to do a back lunge this round. 3, 2, 1. So take it back in, shoulder press. So remember, you can just be on the tippy toe here. Modifications. Extending that leg all the way out is going to make it a lot more challenging. So you can always just go with the knee. So this really is a full body workout here. Getting upper body, lower body, and core all in this one here. 4, 3, 2, last one. All right. Quick drink if you need one. We're going to go back to those squats with the wood chop modified. Then we're going to finish with abs. All right, grab that weight. Last set here. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Here's 12, 11, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Abs are next. Okay, so if you're not able to make it to the mat, then you can return to the exercise that we did earlier. You can be on a wall or sturdy piece of furniture. You can bring those knees in. You can squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those knees in. You can stand, knees here. You can go front or side. All right, so if you're able to make it to the mat, we're going to come down. Legs are going to be in tabletop. All right, so press that lower back into the mat. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. If you need to, place your hands there to remind you. If not, you can place your hands slightly under your hips here. So we're going to extend the legs out. We're going to bring it in for a crunch. Extend out, in for a crunch. All right, so get ready. Let's try to do 15. One set. That's all we're doing. One set here. One set of 15 if you can. 3, 2, 1. So extend out, crunch it in. 15. Here's 10. Five. 1 more. All right, set that down. All right, if you're standing, pivot and twist. Reach with that arm, twist through the waist. If you're on the mat, take your knees, drop out to the side, and other side. Just take that side to side. When you're back to the center, you're pressing that lower back into the mat, holding those abs tight as you take your knees out to the side. Open your arms out to either side. Open up the chest. And last one here. And bring that back to the center. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up. And grapevine. Hopefully your heart rate's not up too high. We're going to grapevine here. All right, we're going to hold it at this end and march. 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. March. 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. One more time, down and back. 2, 3, 4, and back. 3, 2, 1. Step touch. All right, let's do arm circles here. Circle the other way. And arm swings. All right, let's catch one arm across the body and reach, wiggle through your fingers. Make a fist, circle through your wrist. Pull that shoulder away from the ear and pull across the body. Circle the other way. All right, bring that arm and reach up behind the head. Come behind your head, pull that elbow back. And relax. Other side here. Pull that shoulder away from the ear. Wiggle through your fingers. Stretch it out. Make a fist and circle. Keep pulling on that arm. Don't relax that stretch. Circle through your wrist. Circle the other way. All right, and relax. Bring that arm up. And relax that down. Bring it to the front. Interlock your fingers. Turn your palms out. Tuck your chin to your chest. Extend those arms forward. And reach it down. Pull those shoulders away from your ears and up and down. All right, this time reach it all the way up. Hold at the top here. Big breath in. Hold it for a second. Let it out. Do it again. Let it out. All right, lean over to one side. You can turn and look up at the ceiling. And back to the center, other side. Back to the center, relax that down, roll your shoulders back, pull down and hold. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Gently place your hand on top of your head. Feel that stretch just a little bit more. Take your arm out and turn it palm up, palm back, palm up, palm back. Relax that down, other side. Extend that arm out, palm up, palm back. And relax. All right, grab a piece of furniture or the wall if you need that for balance. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to press that foot into the hand and then relax. Pull it a little closer to your butt. Feel that stretch. And other side. Now, if you're not even able to reach back and grab your foot back up to a wall or a piece of furniture, back of the couch, place your foot against it. And if you can feel that stretch, that's great. If not, see if you can reach down, pull that heel a little closer to your butt. All right, so other side here, we're going to pull. And now we're going to press. Press into your hand, press and hold. Keep pressing, relax, and pull a little closer to your butt. All right, relax that down. Let's take it out wide here for inner thigh stretch. So we're going to set the hips back. Keep that spine nice and long. Shoulders away from your ears. Feel that stretch through the inner thigh. Wiggle through your toes. If you're on the floor, you can add a twist. Back to the center and other side. Wiggle through your toes. Back to the center and all the way up here. Lift a foot, circle through your ankle, circle the other way. point and flex, side to side, and other side. And side to side, point and flex. All right, let's take one foot forward. We're going to put most of our weight on that back foot. Toes are pointed up, so hopefully you'll feel that stretch down into the calf. You can always pull on those toes, increase that stretch. And bring it up, cross over the opposite knee. So if you need support here, help with your balance, you're going to come up to a piece of furniture or the wall. We're going to bring this into a seated-like position. So you don't have to be all the way forward here. Again, here's a modification, or if you have a chair or stool, I'll sit down on the ball here, show you if you've got a chair or stool handy. You could always do this actually seated. All right, bring that up, switch sides. You can do this on a chair or a stool. All right, so same thing, other side. And bring that up. All right, now we're going to step 1 foot back. So we're in a staggered stance here. We're going to press those hips forward. Feel that stretch now through the front of the hip. So we were stretching the back, now we're stretching through the front. Again, if you have a chair handy, you can always sit in your chair. You can stretch this way if you need that support underneath. Or if your balance is good and you have a ball, you can use a ball just like I am. All right, so we're going to go to the other side. Opposite foot goes back this time. Staggered stance here. You can also inhale that side that's in the back over and reach over to the side you're lunging on. Back to the center. All right, guys, so that is it for this weightlifting workout. I hope you enjoyed this workout today. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Please share this video with family and friends. Come back and see me again. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you the next time.